and welcome back to my boat shed. Well, I'm not in my boat shed obviously. I'm actually in Amsterdam in a METSTRADE show, and this shed is one of the 13 halls of this massive fair of everything boat related stuff. And I'm not really sure what I'm looking for here right now, but I'll just go and snoop around and see if there is anything really interesting. I can assure you there's a lot of interesting stuff, but I try to show you the most interesting stuff. This is gonna be quite a hectic 3 days, and hopefully I can see also familiar faces. So obviously this video is gonna be a lot different. There's a lot happening in the boat shed as well, but we'll get back into the next video. And now this is just a report of this short journey here in Holland or Netherlands. Oh, glorious sanding. Something like this would be awesome. This was interesting. Finnish company making hydro generators for boats. What about the foiling boat? Furling boom would be neat. Maybe a little bit too complex. There's a lot of different electric propulsion system providers nowadays. There's Torquedo right there, something else right there, and many others in that hall. So yeah, electrification is definitely gonna kick in, or has been kicked in already. Nice composite hatches. Feels really sturdy. Wonder if I'm gonna be able to build something like that. I am gonna have the deck house and windshields, so maybe some wipers would be a good idea. Then there is of course countless and countless options of all kinds of electronic gadgets. Unfortunately, I'm just not there yet to decide or even know what I really want for the boat. But what I do know is that I would like everything to be pretty much modular, kind of open in connections, and kind of rugged, and maybe a low tech even, but in certain level. But yeah, there is really nothing you can want that doesn't exist here. Then there is stuff that is little bit out of my league, like this lowering thing that can be attached to some kind of ship. There's a smaller ones though, but yeah, these are luxury items. My boat will be rugged workboat. Sailing rig. Although I'm not gonna have a traditional boat in this regard, there is still need for a lot of this kind of stuff. And I actually have Barton's boom thing on my current boat. And what does my eyes see? A 48 volt DC generator. Never seen that before, and I've been looking for those. Because I would like to have some kind of generator on the boat eventually, maybe. And it has to be 48 volt DC. This is how professional interviews are done. Blue stuff. Then there is of course the Ocean Vault from Finland. That's nice. And this high power version of the Ocean Vault is this is just massive. I found something interesting from here. Hello.
Hello. Day 1 too. Are you gonna be for the rest of the day?
Yeah. I have no idea what I'm looking for.
I hope you all the best for the rest of the fair. It's quite a big place. We have now gone that hall and maybe
Done more than we have.
Yeah, we've only done this part. Cheers.
cheers.
So I was invited by Vitus to their special booth across the street, and here is all kinds of Vitus stuff, mostly engines. And yeah, they look quite nice. Of course, they are a little bit bigger and more rugged than what I need. And they also have the Maxwell anchor winches, which could be nice. This is an interesting prototype. Vitus engine with the generator, and this should work like a serial hybrid.
Oh, here I met some familiar faces.
Hello.
Have you been in videos before? Is this familiar?
Yeah,
A few times.
Kind of.
Yeah.
Hello. No, just a couple times.
And there's another guy as well.
Hello.
If you know who this guy is, you can go and check his amazing videos of his. Don't go because my old work seems to be so bad compared. And what a coincidence! I crossed with some other people as well. Say hello.
Hello.
This is just mind-boggling for me because I live in Finland. There is nobody there, and suddenly I meet people.
Come down to Mets.
Yeah.
See everybody here. Yeah, it's been this is our first time here. Is this your first time here?
Yeah.
This show is huge. Like there's so much to look at.
Yeah. This is just.
It goes on forever.
Yeah.
I feel like 3 days, it's only 3 days long. You think,
I need more time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
needs to be a week.
It's not for us, obviously.
No, exactly, yeah.
It's for someone who knows what they're looking for here.
Yeah. Well said.
All right. All the best for you guys.
Oh, thank
Good luck
you.
with your build.
Yeah.
Looks beautiful.
All right. It has been quite a day. The fair is closing up for the day. I'm heading to after party with Vitus, which is quite nice. And yeah, I have met some surprising familiar faces here, and it has been super nice and really unreal to meet those people, and they really exist in the real world. You know, that fact that I live in Finland, which is basically middle of nowhere, that has no access to anywhere else in the world easily, and there is nobody there, so all the outside world is kind of somewhere over there. This kind of opens eyes a little bit. Continuing tomorrow, there is a lot more to see and check out in here. All right, it's day number 2 back here in the fair, and I think we'll start this time from this awards section. There is some gadget here that have won some kind of award. Not really sure how that works, but yeah, let's take a look what we can find in here. There is some kind of valve thing. Then there is a chair. Then there is a tiny cooling unit. Another chair. Someone has invented Star Trek chair and installed in the boat and won an award. Nice. There is even a controller to launch your photon torpedoes. Electric heater. Not sure what's so innovative with this. Maybe to make an electric heater for a boat and put a 5 times the price tag on it. Then there is a water maker, obviously designed for used at the dockside. Sail material made from recycled fabrics, I believe. Wow, I found an invention from Finland. X-fender. Oh, it's some kind of fender that can be rolled. I might go and take a look at that. Anchor made of 3 flat plates. That might be interesting. Easy to store, maybe for a spare anchor, of course. Apparently the overall winner of all this thing is life jacket. I believe the point here is that the life jacket turns you backside down, so your face won't be on the water, which is of course a good idea. Then some electric gadgets, which is always fun. This thing is apparently some kind of AI system detecting boats from thermal camera image. This thing claims to be some kind of active anode thing. Someone has invented a button and a siren connected to an METSTRADE network. This could be interesting. It is apparently an autopilot controller that uses AI to control the movement of the boat. I think this kind of application is actually a very good idea because the environment is of course very chaotic and it's impossible to have a good result with just the pure logic. A big hydro generator for large boats. I wonder what large boat in this case means, but good to see that the hydro generator thing is developing. This is actually quite a neat thing. Small electric outboard thing that folds on the side, so it won't take that much space and doesn't need to be removed from the boat. Then there is of course more electric outboards, but I think particularly interesting is that Yanmar has done electric motor for their sail drive. And now apparently you don't need to change the sail drive part, you can just retrofit this on the same sail drive that you might have on the boat. Alright, the journey continues. I think the next target is the building material department. Yesterday I mostly went through the equipment parts over there. Alright, this should be the section for all kinds of construction materials. Let's go and take a look what we can find here. Apparently you could order your boat hull from factory without really doing anything by yourself. Oh well. If you need a part for your boat pre-made, apparently this company can do that for you. Oh, that looks neat. So the masts will be carbon fiber, and I have actually never before even touched carbon fiber before, so being first time. Nice stuff. Also materials available for vacuum infusion. Never actually seen this kind of stuff before. Maybe there is some places where I could use something like this. There's also several companies offering alternatives for teak decks, which is quite good because, well, I plan not to use any tropical hardwoods on my boat. So something like this could be an option. I just not know how they take the time and if there's microplastics coming off from them eventually, but yeah. Lost the sound from a couple of clips, but this was definitely the most interesting deck materials. I'm not sure if I'm gonna have any kind of real deck material, but on the inside of the boat, this would be pretty interesting. It feels really, really nice. Nice steering wheel. I could prefer this white one. Very basic. I like it. Then there is autopilot actuators. Yeah, this is a 12 volt version. What I have thinking, I'm probably gonna have something like this instead, because I don't want the autopilot to be underneath the dinghy garage, non-accessible, but on the steering wheel. So something like this should be okay, and then the cables just go from this to the steering system back there. This is a neat idea for emergency pump. You can just attach a drill to it and it pumps water out.
I didn't know they do this kind of stuff in Finland at all. It's different kind of materials and cooling gel material for mattresses and all kinds of nice stuff. Interesting. Then there is at least a couple of companies that do keels. Maybe I could order ready-to-go keel, but probably not. Sorry.
All right, another familiar face is here.
Hi.
It's so cool to see people that you only know from the YouTube.
From videos, right?
Yeah. The rest of the world actually exists. That's kind of weird.
In real life.
Yeah.
So we just had lunch and we've been talking a lot about boat building,
Yeah.
about our projects. It's fun.
We have pretty much kind of common agenda here.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
Nice to meet someone who's taking out the same type of major.
yeah,
Crazy.
we are as
crazy.
crazy, similar crazy people. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wish you a good fair, and we'll see you later.
Yeah.
You too.
Bye.
Bye.
One interesting thing is that I've been considering putting a heat pump heating on the boat. So actually heat the boat with electricity and using seawater energy for doing that. And here is actually 48 volt system. That would be perfect for 48 volt battery system as well. I have no idea how powerful thing I should have on the boat yet, but nice to see these kind of things. Then there seems to be several companies from Taiwan and China that do all kinds of lights and equipment. Then I found actually some tools. These look nice. Special tools for laminating, and I wonder where this is used for.
You have a ship here.
There's several water maker companies. One in common is that they start to have brushless motors on them, which is quite interesting, and probably on the 48 volt systems as well, I believe. So that is a good development, and eventually when I need a water maker in a few years, I hope there is a ready-to-go products for this kind of application used with the 48 volt system that I'm gonna have. Nice to see stuff like this. Never seen one before. This is something I've been talking about. I'm gonna have some kind of rub rail around the boat, but there's actually several options for colors for them. It could be nice to have some color on it, or maybe just white to not stand out that much. It is such a good feature on a boat to have a proper rub rail. Then there is 3 full halls for just licking the super rich, and that means the super yacht things, and yeah, these are a little bit maybe oversized for my boat. Just had to come here and check this out because why not? It's a little bit fun to call super yachts sustainable by any means. Maybe there could be only one cleat on my whole boat. That should be enough. Or maybe I need just one winch. Yeah, that's a mast. Or maybe I should design the whole boat to fit this kind of console on it. Fender, anyone?
How about an anchor winch? This is a little bit on the bigger side. All right, it's the day number 3. And it's the last day of the fair. Yesterday we were here way after the closing time with Transailing. We were invited on the Swedish section there to hang out a little bit. That was very nice. It was unreal to be with all those familiar people. It felt like being on the YouTube live, but live. Well, you know. Today I don't have that much agenda. I mostly went through everything yesterday, or everything, but kind of wandered through of all this fair. Now I'm just thinking of what should I look for today. Maybe some actual things I could put on the boat very soon, like stanchion post bases, or, well, cleats are underway from Vitus, I suppose. More about that later. But all kinds of small gadgets and things that need to be installed on the bulwarks before the planking is done. So I might think about that a little bit. I maybe should have thought about that before I went here, but well. And yeah, the overall feeling of this fair is that most of the stuff here is totally irrelevant for me, but also it kind of emphasized the idea in my boat that I want to keep it quite simple. So there is so much stuff here that is convenient, maybe nice, maybe luxury, but what I don't really need. So yeah, that's kind of the overall feeling, because many things here are just for the luxury side of. There's a safety equipment that is important, but it's not relevant for me, not just yet. There's a lot of electrical stuff which is also not relevant for me just yet. And well, all the knickknacks and things you need to deck hardware and stuff is everything available in here. So been discussing with those with different companies as well. So yeah, basically everything. Now I just keep wandering around and see if there's something that I have missed in past 2 days. I'm here in the booth of Gory Propellers, and I just discussed about propellers for a while, and they have this prototype here actually, and that is meant for a region specifically. And I'm not really familiar with these, but apparently when you go backwards it folds out in this direction, so the leading edge is here, like that, and when you go forward the changes like this, so the leading edge is again this, but this propeller has a mechanism that locks it in this position, and now it doesn't come out by itself, and you can use it for region. So that's kind of a neat feature. And when you want it folded down, you go in reverse again, and it kind of should come. It's a little bit tight, but it should come loose.
Power.
The power, yes. And then you can fold it back. So that's kind of a neat feature, and definitely something to look into in future. They're actually cutting some fiberglass with this cutting machine, CNC machine, of course. Lost sound from this as well, but this was basically the only quadrant I found from the fair, and maybe a little bit too big for me. When I did the sailboat conversion, I was looking something like these, and they were super expensive back then. Not sure how much these cost, but they felt really nice. Although this is German, but I think there is nothing more Dutch than a water bike. That's kind of a crazy idea. Very cool. Paints. Maybe I should go ask if there's any paints for me available. This is an interesting company. I have followed it for a while on Instagram. They have all kinds of shaft shackle thingies and gadgets to basically control and attach anything to anything, dynamo lines or something like this. Very interesting, and huge number of different options. I would believe you can basically do anything you want with these. This is something important I've been looking for really. These kind of canvas fenders.
They look really nice. And go in the small space when not needed.
So you just loop it around with the line, press the button, that's it. All the tension stays here.
Okay.
That is easy to do the knot. Easy to release. That's it.
All right, the fair is starting to come to an end, and there are some people waving on the background, and also starting to pack things away. And it has been nice seeing a lot of familiar faces from other channels, and had nice discussions with different people here and there, and maybe there was something that has been kind of stayed behind the ear, so we can go and make the boat further, and some contacts to contact eventually when the time comes. The problem really has been that I hadn't any kind of particular objective of this trip, not anything specific to look around, but now I know how this thing works, and maybe next year or the second I'm a little bit more prepared and know what I'm looking for, and can start discussing more in detail what I need. And I hope I can get some cooperative deals with someone. That's of course the objective of this, and the reason of course why that might be possible is all of you guys who watch these videos and have subscribed my channel so far. So I thank you for that very much, and we will continue with the boat build in a couple of weeks. When I get home back here, the mast step should be ready from the hot dip galvanizing, and we can start installing those, so that should be pretty exciting. More about that in next video, and I'm now heading out from here and go home tomorrow. And thank you for Amsterdam keeping good care of me. Bye bye.